Okay, so we're diving into Prime Minister Netanyahu's recent address.
Yeah,
And, it's a pretty big deal,
definitely.
especially with everything going on,
Right.
with his trip to Washington
Uh-huh.
and the whole situation with Hamas and Gaza,
Yeah, a lot to unpack there.
for sure.
Yeah.
So let's, break it down.
Yeah.
What did he say about Trump, the ceasefire plan?
Right.
What about supplies to Gaza?
Okay. So right away,
Yeah.
Netanyahu's talking about his relationship with Trump.
Yeah.
And he uses some pretty strong language,
Mm-hmm.
calls him the greatest friend Israel has ever had in the White House.
Wow.
That's not just like a polite thank you.
Right.
It's a statement.
Yeah.
Could have some serious implications for Middle East policy.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Yeah,
But, couldn't it be a strategic move?
totally.
Like, is he trying to get people on his side,
Oh, absolutely.
with all the international
Well,
criticism?
remember, he's talking to the whole world here.
Right.
When he says unwavering friendship.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling everyone that the U.S. is 100% behind Israel.
Mm,
Makes it harder for other countries to pressure Israel,
I see.
into making concessions.
That makes me think about the history of U.S.-Israel relations.
Uh-huh.
They've always been close,
Yeah.
but this feels different.
It's like he's drawing a line.
Yeah, exactly.
So it makes you wonder, how much does this personal relationship
Yeah.
actually influence U.S. policy?
Interesting question.
And could it, make peace harder to achieve?
Okay, so we've got this, super strong alliance going on.
Right.
But then he brings up Trump's visionary plan for Gaza,
Exactly.
and we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, he's being vague.
Yeah.
But think about it.
Okay.
Any plan for Gaza has to deal with some major issues.
Like what?
The humanitarian crisis,
Right.
security arrangements, and figuring out what to do with Hamas.
Oh, yeah, Hamas.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Netanyahu mentions how Trump helped Israel get more military supplies to fight Iran's terror axis.
Yeah, so for people who aren't familiar with that term,
Yeah, explaining.
basically it's the network of groups that Iran supports,
Okay.
including Hamas,
Uh-huh.
which Israel considers terrorist organizations.
Mm-hmm.
So by giving Israel more munitions,
Yeah.
the U.S. is directly involved in the military side of things.
Okay, so then we get to the ceasefire.
Right, to the heart of it.
Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff proposed a 50-day ceasefire.
Uh-huh.
The deal was
Yeah,
Hamas releases half the hostages right away,
right.
and the rest after a permanent ceasefire is worked out.
Okay.
Israel said yes,
Yeah,
but Hamas said no.
interesting.
Why would they reject that?
It might seem strange,
Yeah.
but Hamas has their own strategy.
Okay.
They see the hostages as leverage,
Uh-huh.
a way to get what they want.
Makes sense?
Plus, they don't trust Israel.
Mm.
They might think any ceasefire is just a chance for Israel to get stronger.
So they're thinking long-term.
Could be. They're also probably trying to get other countries on their side
Right.
and make Israel look like the bad guy.
Especially with the blockade of Gaza.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's another big issue.
Huge.
After 42 days, Israel stopped allowing goods into Gaza.
Right.
Netanyahu said it's because Hamas was misusing them.
Yeah. So what does that mean for the people living there?
I mean, it's got to be bad.
It's a really tough situation.
Yeah,
Gaza already doesn't have enough food, medicine, you name it.
right.
The blockade just makes it worse.
Makes daily life so hard.
Absolutely.
And it raises some serious ethical questions
For sure.
about collective punishment
Yeah.
and protecting civilians in war zones.
Big question.
So how do you balance those things?
Right.
Keeping people safe
Mm-hmm.
versus, causing a humanitarian crisis.
Yeah. There's no easy answer.
I mean, it seems impossible.
It really is.
And that's why it's so important to understand everyone's perspective.
Absolutely.
Netanyahu talks about stopping Hamas from using resources against Israel. But for people in Gaza,
Yeah.
it feels like they're under siege.
Like they're being punished,
Yeah.
even if they're innocent.
Okay, so at the end of his address,
Yeah.
Netanyahu says America supports Israel's goals.
Right.
Security, prosperity, peace.
Big goals.
But given everything we just talked about,
Uh-huh.
what does that actually mean for the future?
It's kind of a mixed message.
How so?
Well, the U.S. support definitely helps Israel,
Yeah.
but it doesn't magically create peace.
Yeah.
The real problems are still there,
Yeah.
and everyone still distrusts each other.
Mm.
It's hard to see how things will get better
Yeah.
if those deeper issues aren't addressed.
That's a lot to think about.
Definitely.
We've heard Netanyahu's side of the story,
Uh-huh.
but the main thing I'm taking away from this is it's
exactly.
complicated.
It's so complicated.
There are no simple solutions.
Nope.
And to find peace,
Yeah.
you have to understand everyone's motivations.
Hamas, the people in Gaza.
Everyone. Okay, so we know how Netanyahu sees it,
Right.
but what information would you need to figure out if his approach will actually lead to lasting peace?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we have to look beyond the rhetoric.
Okay.
We need to see concrete actions from all sides,
Right.
actions that build trust and address the root causes of the conflict.
Okay, so like what kind of actions?
Well, for example,
Yeah.
what steps is Israel taking to improve the lives of Palestinians? Are they easing the blockade?
Okay.
Are they investing in economic development?
Interesting.
And on the other side, is Hamas willing to recognize Israel's right to exist?
Right.
Are they willing to renounce violence?
Yeah, those are tough questions.
They are.
But I guess those are the things we need to be looking for
Exactly.
to see if real progress is being made.
If there's any hope for a lasting peace,
Yeah.
we need to see those concrete steps
Right.
towards reconciliation and coexistence.
Well said. That's all the time we have for today.
Okay.
But, you know, this is a conversation that needs to continue.
Absolutely.
So keep thinking about these issues.
Yeah.
Keep learning.
Keep asking those tough questions.
And hopefully we can move closer to a future where everyone in the region can live in peace.
That's the goal.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Looking forward to it.